The House will come to order. The invocation today will be given by the Honorable Jasper Ryan Marthis, State Representative from the 69th District. Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise? Representative?
The first few words of the book of Jeremiah are familiar to many. Quote, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." But the rest of that first chapter has an equally important message. Quote, "Alas, Lord, I said, I do not know how to speak, for I am far too young. But the Lord said to me, do not say I am too young. You must go to everyone I send to you and say whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you and will rescue you." Then the Lord reached out his hand and touched my mouth and said to me, "I have put my words in your mouth. See, today I appoint you over nations and kingdoms to uproot and tear down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant." God has a plan for each and every one of us. God has a presence in our lives, and God has a path for each and every one of us if we choose to take it. Let us stay on that path. Let us honor our God, however and whoever we worship, and let us continue to try to uplift those values that we share, common values in this esteemed chamber.
Clerk will open the board for the purpose of taking attendance. The board is now open. Members may check in at their desk. The Speaker recognizes Representative Green.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a very special guest with me on the floor today. My Chief of Staff is able to be here. She is not resigning, praise the Lord. Yesterday was her 35th year working for the Michigan State House of Representatives. She has been through a lot. She was actually a legislative staff member before the Hob. She had an office here at a half floor. She has worked for members across the state for 35 years, some running for governor. One of the notable members was a first generation Representative Fitzgerald that she was chief of staff for. I would like to take just a brief moment to say thank you to Sherry for 35 years serving our state. I believe we get what we honor, and when we have staff that's with us this long, it's a huge thing. So thank you, Sherry. I have a seal signed by our caucus and our honorary caucus member for the day, Representative Fitzgerald.
Members, if you can help me celebrate the anniversary.
TV 19 WZMQ Marquette is given permission to record today's session. For the purposes of an introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Steele.
Thank you, Clerk. Good afternoon, floor, and fellow colleagues. I would like to make an announcement to introduce class from Bloomfield Hills. We have 10 adults and we have 24 students, and they are from Eastover Elementary. And I had the pleasure of meeting them earlier today, and so I'm hoping that we can just say hi to them.
Will the special guest of Representative Steele please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House.
Members, please check in at your desks. Speaker recognizes Representative Bierlein.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have a guest with me today up in the South Gallery. His name is Pierce Likes. He's a junior from Bertrand High School, and he has been job shadowing me today. He's had an interesting day. We went to some committees, and so if we could welcome him.
Colleagues, please join me in welcoming Pierce to the Michigan House of Representatives.
For the purposes of an introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Cernoglu.
Thank you. I just wanted to take a moment to introduce my guest. With me at today's session is my former legislative intern, Alexis Ramirez, is up in the gallery. Thank you.
Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Purposes of an announcement, the chair recognizes Representative Borton.
Attention Republican members, we have Republican caucus in the Republican caucus room. Republican members, we have a caucus right now in the Republican caucus room.
For the purposes of an introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Cernoglu.
Thank you. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank Alexis with this tribute for his tireless dedication to my office and the people of the 75th House District. In his time with my office, Alexis had a strong work ethic, constantly going above and beyond. For the last 6 months, Alexis has worked to help constituents, attend important events, and assist me and my staff with numerous tasks. His help was invaluable in my office, and I know that he will bring the same level of dedication to helping the people of the 7th Congressional District. Alexis was a passionate voice in our office, and I am confident that he will continue to work to better our communities. As a current Michigan State University student studying political science, Alexis has future aspirations to continue helping people by going into public service. I have no doubt that Alexis will do exceptional work and know that his commitment to change and compassion will carry him throughout his long career. With that being said, I would like to offer Alexis a tribute in honor of his departure from the Michigan House of Representatives and thank him for his tremendous service to my office. Thank you.
Alexis, thank you for your service to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purposes of an introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Steele.
Thank you, Clerk. Good afternoon, colleagues, fellow colleagues. I would like to do an introduction to a wonderful school, elementary school, Eastover in Bloomfield Hills. Today we have visiting with us, and I was lucky enough to meet him today, is 25 students with 14 adults, and I was hoping that we could welcome them with a big round of applause and waves.
Will the special guests of Representative Steele please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purposes of an introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Fink.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I have 21 students and 7 adults from Quincy in the South Gallery. They are from Jennings Elementary School.
Will the special guests of Representative Fink please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives.
Purpose of introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Fink.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I should have added, I'm hoping that we're out of caucus in time for me to visit with the students, but if not, I thank them for coming.
Thank you. For purpose of introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Rogers.
Thank you. I am pleased to give an introduction to our new intern in our office for the 41st District, which is Madeline Hollander, and she is a Kalamazoo College attendee. Welcome, Madeline.
Madeline, would you please rise? And welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. I'd like to have members' attention for purposes of a special announcement. The chair recognizes Representative Fitzgerald.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clerk. Today I rise to introduce to my colleagues a maybe familiar face to the 11th floor of the Hob and to many on the local government committee, a staff member who has been with me since day one of my first term here in Lansing, Chris Herwire. Chris has served as my legislative director dedicatedly for just a little over a year now. He has been a true model of what a new staff member in Lansing could and should be. As anyone who's been a staff member here in Lansing knows, this is a challenging environment to be a part of. It is a very unique place to call your professional workplace. And it can be daunting and it can be challenging. But Chris, through every hurdle and challenge he met and faced, he showed initiative, he showed a willingness to learn, and he was dedicated to not only my office and our constituents, but to the people of Michigan, making sure that policy we crafted was well thought out, well vetted, well researched. And I do believe that today I can stand here with full authority and say that the people of the 83rd District, the people of Michigan, are better served because Mr. Herwire here served in my office, again, dedicatedly for more than a year. So today, I rise to recognize his service to the House of Representatives, and I encourage my members and colleagues to thank him for his service to our great legislature.
Chris, thank you for your service to the Michigan House of Representatives. Chair recognizes Representative Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. As a token of our appreciation, though this is not under glass yet, we were grabbing some last-minute key signatures for this. I will be presenting Chris with a state seal signed by a number of members from our caucus to commemorate his time here and to thank him for his service to the state of Michigan.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to excuse all absent members.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce today's attendance.
Madam Speaker, a quorum of the House is present. There are no members absent with prior excuse.
Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise and join me now in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to proceed to the order of second reading of bills and take up calendar item number 75, House Bill 4028.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 75, House Bill 4028, introduced by Representative Zorn, a bill to amend the Michigan Vehicle Code. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are amendments. The clerk will read.
The Committee on Transportation, Mobility, and Infrastructure, Representative Shannon Chair, recommends the adoption of Substitute H2.
The question before the House is the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. The House will stand at ease at the call of the chair.
Speaker recognizes Representative Cerniglu.
Thank you. I just wanted to introduce my guests from the House of Prayer Church Christian School in Hazlet in the South Gallery.
Will members please join us in welcoming the school of guests, Representative Cerniglu. The House will come to order. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to proceed to the order of motions and resolutions and take up House Resolution 176.
Without objection, so ordered. Members, we have a memorial resolution before us. If you can please take your seats. The clerk will read.
The Speaker, on behalf of the entire membership of the House of Representatives, offers House Resolution 176, a resolution of tribute offered as a memorial for David H. Evans, former member of the House of Representatives. Whereas it was with great sorrow that members of the House of Representatives learned about the passing of David Evans. He'll be remembered as a dedicated public servant by his constituents in the Mount Clemens area and the people of the state of Michigan. Whereas David Evans was first elected to the House of Representatives in 1976. For the next 8 years, he would faithfully serve his constituents. He was significantly involved in legislation making it easier for former criminal offenders to obtain occupational licenses in a variety of fields, which sought to enable more offenders to reintegrate themselves into society. And whereas, after losing his re-election bid in 1984, he was elected by his former colleagues to serve as clerk of the House of Representatives. That office made him the parliamentarian for the chamber, a role he embraced due to his deep commitment to fairness and equity. Indeed, after the 1992 elections produced an evenly divided 55-55 chamber, the power-sharing agreement between the Democrats and Republicans specifically provided that he would serve as the temporary presiding officer when the 87th legislature convened. After the 87th legislature organized itself, he served as co-clerk under the agreement for his final term. And whereas upon David Evans' passing, we offer our condolences to his loved ones, David Evans' contributions to this chamber and the state of Michigan will be remembered now. Therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives that we offer this expression of our highest tribute to honor the memory of David Evans, a member of the House of Representatives from 1977 to 1984. And be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be transmitted to the Evans family as evidence of our lasting esteem for his memory.
The Speaker recognizes Representative Menser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am proud to present this resolution commemorating the late David H. Evans. Mr. Evans was a profound individual and a positive role model in the Mount Clemens community. He served as a Mount Clemens City Commissioner and for many years as rector of Grace Episcopal Church. Not only did he have an impressive legacy in the district, but also here in Lansing. He served 4 terms as a Democratic legislator in the Michigan House of Representatives. During his time in the House, he chaired the Civil Rights Committee, holding the first ever hearings on amending the Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act to include sexual orientation. After his time representing his constituents, he continued to work for the people as a clerk here in the Capitol, where he oversaw the temporary movement of the House chamber to the Roosevelt Building during the Capitol restoration. After his incredible career, like many Michiganders, he moved to Florida, where his desire to serve the people around him continued. He spent many years volunteering at a hospice with his therapy dog, Bella. He started the Brady chapter in Sarasota, Florida, to prevent gun violence. Mr. Evans passed away in August at the age of 89 years old. His generosity to the communities he served was exemplary. He had a passion for social justice and a drive to create a better world for everyone. Today, I offer this resolution in memory of his generous heart and many years of public service. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All members in favor of the memorial resolution, please rise. The resolution is adopted. The Speaker recognizes Representative Menser.
I have with me today Erin Black, the stepdaughter of David H. Evans, and here is the tribute and a flag. We also have today former State Representative Ken DeBussert and former State Representative Linda John Dahl. And in the East Gallery here, we have Judy Martin.
Thank you for joining us. Members, please help me in welcoming the family of the Honorable Representative David Evans to the House floor. The House will go at ease.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just to let members know there are no further voting, and the House will be adjourned and stand adjourned until Tuesday, January 23rd at 1:30 p.m.
Without objection, so ordered. The House will stand at ease at the call of the chair.